Precisely
So is it
because
when it's two defendants then that it kind of seems to me that your rule leads to the conclusion that if you have only two defendants, because I had the same question as Justice Alito about me and a few other guys. The factual difference here is that there was one other guy. So is your rule then that it's not possible if you say me and another guy to ever try just two defendants together if you have a non-testifying confession?
I think that it is one of the contextual factors, and when you look at what lower courts have done, I think lower courts have differentiated between cases where, for instance, you have a confession that refers to multiple people and there are multiple defendants on one end of the spectrum, and on the other end of the spectrum, a case like this where you refer to the other person, and there's only one person who that could plausibly be.
But Mr. Shamagam, in your reply brief when you were talking about how you could redact it further, I mean, I guess I'm kind of drilling down on Justice Alito's point here. It seems to me, without rewriting it to make it misleading so that there's no reference to there being another person in the car, you couldn't really. Because there's a difference between substitution through a placeholder and then just kind of rewriting it so it doesn't represent the same thing. So it seems to me at the end of the day it boils down to you just can't try two defendants together if you have a non-testifying defendant in a confession.
I don't think that that's true, Justice Barrett, and I would recognize that there are going to be cases where redactions, further redactions are more feasible or less feasible. In this case, precisely because the confession came in through an interviewing agent, it was obviously not a verbatim account of the confession even to begin with.
Well,
we do think